I remember quite well when I discovered fear. When I was 10 years old, my house duty was to look after my ailing grandmother, Martha. In the last years of her life, she could not walk, so it was I who brought her food, brought her herbs and medicines. While I loved my grandmother dearly, I hated taking care of her. I hated it for one reason most of all. All of her medicines and herbal remedies were in the root cellar. My grandmother could not walk and would often order me into the root cellar for something to ease her pain, a spot of wine, a poultice for her headache. Under her compulsion, I would open the root cellar door and look into the darkness below. No matter what time of day, no matter how bright the sun, that root cellar was always the blackest place in the world. A solid wall of night would greet me each time, and the rickety stairs of that place would lead down into the deep, deep earth, into nothing. On that black canvas, my mind would paint the most horrid of images. Things that lurked under the stairs, waiting to grab my ankles. Creatures that crawled along the ceiling. Terrors that breathed, causing the slightest breeze on the back of my neck. I told all this to my grandmother, of course. She would smile in that knowing smile way that only grandparents have. She would reach out to me from the bed and say, "Give us a kiss, darling, give us a kiss." As if such a fragile and transient thing could allay my deepest fears. Then, one day, my grandmother died. She was buried in the plot, the family plot, gently folded into a funeral dress. I watched her coffin lower into the earth. I cried, you see, because as much as I hated taking care of her, at times I truly did love her. On that day, I opened the door to the root cellar for the last time, to say goodbye to the darkness, to the raw fear that gnawed at my stomach each time I opened that accursed door. Yet, this time, I did not see a wall of black. I did not see a deep and murky darkness. I saw an old woman at the bottom of the stairs. Her arms were straight down by her sides. Her gaze were directed up at me, never wavering. She raised up her arms towards me, and her mouth turned into a vacant smile as she spoke. Dirt and gravel fell from her lips, saying, "Give us a kiss, darling. Give us a kiss." It was my grandmother. My grandmother was walking. She was walking down there in the darkness. I then knew true fear. True fear is not some imagined creature lurking about somewhere in the dark. True fear is right here and right now. True fear is always something right before you. So I killed her. Well, I thought I did. No, I killed her, and then I killed her again, and again, and again. My arm was tired of stabbing. I've killed her so many times. So instead, I chained her up, put her in a coffin, She rests in my family's house, still chained there to this day. Well, that eve, I left my family estate. Yes, I left for good. And on that eve, it was then that I saw the Ship of Storms. It followed me, nay, it pursued me. Everywhere I went, it pursued me. For 300 years. And now that I know what my grandmother is, yes, now I know how to destroy her for good. For good. And should I see that Ship of Storms, well, I shall embark upon it back to my home and put my grandmother to rest for good.